One. Boom. We are live on YouTube.
Good. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you're doing well.
Yes.
Welcome to R1 Chats for the 25th of the 3rd, 2026. We are joined by a very special guest this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Ward 16. Good evening. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Very well. We're looking forward to the show on Sunday. For those of you out there who don't know, Bournemouth this Sunday, the Anvil. Ward 16 headline, pulverized, Regional 1. Be there, get your tickets. The links are out there. You know what to do.
Don't forget.
So how you doing? What's go on, sorry. The clocks go forward.
Don't forget the clocks go forward then as well.
It's very important information, to be fair.
A super late night. We're going to be stay up till 1 million a.m.
Yeah. I actually this morning on the drive to work, which is a 2-minute drive for me, I did notice my clock is still an hour ahead, and I was like, oh, I should probably change that. Apparently not.
Yeah.
The clock's right twice a year. That's what they say.
Absolutely.
Yep. All right. Well, good evening. Could I get an introduction from yourself and what you do in the band, please?
Yeah, I am Dr. Von Stottenstein, aka David Stott. I am the guitarist and general dog's body of Ward 16.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for joining us this evening. Yeah. We appreciate it.
You're right.
Yeah, doing very well, thanks. Yeah, life's pretty busy. We've been cooking up a tour, so you know probably the pains. Pains
of that. It's not as easy as people make it out to be.
Oh,
you know,
God, no. Yeah,
it's a exceptionally stressful and hard thing to do. And when people complain that you're not playing a certain town, and you're actually playing somewhere 15 minutes further away, you know, it's why can't you just play? Can't you just play that at the end of the tour? It's like no.
No, trust us, we have done the work.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I hadn't thought about that, but yeah.
Nice one. Well, thank you very much for joining us here on our Chats this evening. We really appreciate you coming on. That's cool, dude. So I would like to know a bit more about Ward 16 because I've given you guys a listen. I've checked out some cool videos, and I'd like to know more about, if you wouldn't mind telling us, how was the band formed and where did the name come from?
Yeah, the band formed in about 2013 by our vocalist. It's really her concept, really. It's based. She's really into like sort of like the Alice Cooper type of conceptual horror music, and she created a kind of like a concept in a universe based around some things that were happening around Preston. There was an asylum in Preston that I think in the 50s or 60s was alleged to have been experimenting on patients in terms of like sort of, you know, in regards to a lot of the psychosis and all that kind of stuff. And it was shut down. So when she was trying to think of she didn't want to do like being a normal rock band kind of thing. She was thinking about what angle she could look at. So because it was a local thing, she created the universe around an antagonist or protagonist around that was based in an asylum. And I think Ward 16 was the ward that seemed to have been the most notorious in regards to it. And she just decided to confuse everybody by putting it in Roman numerals. So she wanted us to be destined never to have our name pronounced the right way ever again.
How many times have you got the Ward XVI treatment?
Oh fuck yeah! It's constant, and it's XV1, it's XIV, it's Ward XVI. There's some people that thought it was Ward XVI, and and for ages and ages, like until recently, and even festivals and all that kind of stuff. It's there's worse things that happen, but it does get it got to a point where we started to think about, okay, then so they're calling us Ward 14. So what kind of band would be based on Ward 14? So we did a video, we wrote a song and a video as a glam rock band, like with the Lycra and stuff like that.
Nice.
Just to take the piss out of everyone. So every time they mispronounce our name or whatever, we post that video on the thread just to take the piss out of them a little bit.
Brilliant.
Educate the masses, you know.
Yeah, best way to do it.
That's a good way to turn it around, isn't it? And
Yeah,
put it on their heads.
One of it.
Love that. That's absolutely awesome. It looks like I'm just looking through your guys' videos as well. I might have a matching straitjacket here in the Region 1 HQ.
Sweet.
We had a bit of a play with the Asylum concept ourselves a bit. We've done something called Bedlam, which is based on the Bethlehem Asylum. And there's some details in the lyrics there of sort of apparently the sort of voltage they'd use in shock therapy there and all that kind of thing. So enjoy the concept heavily. Very sort of Tim Burton-y what we did with them.
Yeah, it can go one way or another. People can get a little bit triggered by it, but I think if you treat it with the right amount of kind of, I don't know, respect or whatever, I think people get offended by quite a lot of stuff at the moment. So it's
that's fair.
It's a theme that people have dabbled with for years, and I think the way that we're looking at it now is trying to almost emphasize how it was mistreated for so long. It's to try to put some normality into it. But we have a bit of fun with it. We go, obviously we go a bit. You'll see on Sunday, it's an effort in terms of doing what we do. And it's taken about 13 years to really get to iron out and evolve the show. So it's not just adding a little bit of novelty here and there, but it actually became easier when we were writing stuff and thinking about how we put it on stage. We went, if you flip it, instead of thinking about what you'd do as a band and a gig, and changed it into, okay, we're writing a musical or we're writing a book or a DVD, and you got your chapters. And what were you, if you went to the theatre, what would you expect to see in the theatre? It actually helped quite a lot in regard to how we presented it. So it was, it's fun. People like it. It takes a lot of effort, and it I don't know. It is fun, and it'll be good for you guys to see it on Sunday as well.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't know about you, I'm a massive fan of having all the sort of the theatrics. Something we very much in our band as well. Very, very interested in theatricality and in sort of trying to make a show of it rather than it being four dudes on stage playing songs. Yeah,
you got to be authentic with it, and I think that's the thing. You don't do it you don't do it to be popular, because ultimately when you do it, you kind of marginalize yourself a little bit, because festivals and all that like straightforward stuff. So the moment you start doing it, you narrow your I guess the focus on you, but it also attracts another type of person. You just got to be honest with it and just enjoy it and throw everything into it.
Absolutely, yeah, that's fantastic. So, do you guys make your own props and stuff? Then is that
in-house? We do. Yeah, we do everything. So myself and our singer, my wife, we more or less build all of the stuff here in the garden or wherever. We do a majority of the costumes. We do all of the art ourselves. We do majority of the stuff ourselves. It's kind of bodged, to be honest, and it's cheap and cheerful, but it's I think it adds a little bit of
authenticity again, isn't it?
A little bit, yeah. I think, and because it's not over engineered, it's easy to repair, and we designed it all so it can be scaled up or down as well. Because we're not in the luxury like Maiden or Alice Cooper, where you've got almost like a non-variable size stage. No matter where you go, we can go on tour next week, and we've got such a variety of places that we're going to be playing. Some of the places we've never played before, but we still want the people that come to have the same experience. So we've designed it so it's almost modular, and it can be expanded, it can be made bigger, or it can be made a lot smaller. And we played places like the Griffin and the Green Rooms in Wales, where the prop more or less became the circumference of the room, and the crowd were in it.
Anvil.
So it's always fun the first hour, trying to set the place up and seeing how we can do it.
Well, that's absolutely awesome. Yeah. Oh, that's very cool, man. Yeah, I think I'll probably offline have a chat with you a bit more on at the show if we have some time, because we're very much into building our own gear. We've got some stage risers we did our own blueprints and design for between me and the guitarist, and we use that to store merch as well, which is quite nice. Yeah, nice feature to it. We got some I got some solar lights off Amazon, and we just put some coloring, like some colored sheets in there, so that lights up the stage when the lights are out on that. That's quite nice.
It's just you just got to kind of think laterally a lot of the time, because bands like us as well, it's not cheap doing what we do, and it's and stage props, proper ones, are bloody expensive. So if you've got a bit of an imagination and you can convert something to anything, and you just budget and make it your own, and then that kind of defines your identity in a way, and it's easy to build around that rather than having to kind of be static with what's already predetermined and built and engineered or whatever. Better to build your own style.
That's absolutely awesome. Yeah, I look forward to seeing what you guys do at the Anvil. I'm looking forward to that a lot.
Don't get me wrong. It's a big setup, and then at the end it's like still an hour to dismantle it and pack it away. But people like it, so it's kind of that balance, isn't it? You can't just walk in 5 minutes before a gig and play. And you can't get bladdered afterwards either, because if you forget something, you're buggered for the rest of the tour. So there's massive pros and cons to it, but
Absolutely, that's cool. Callum normally has a bunch of questions, so I was going to send it to you, mate. Yeah,
I did one about the how many props have you gone through? Has there been a lot of casualties? And
we've got we've got the stereotype type electric chairs, and we did have an 8 foot, because the albums are a trilogy, so as soon as we finish one album, which is it's a trilogy about the concept of the psychopath that's going through it. So for the second album, we had an 8 foot kind of Eddie the mannequin that we had someone walk across their stage and stuff like that. And we've had bedroom sets, and we've had electric chairs. We had, on the first album, we had a dummy which was on a table, and you could pull the guts out and stuff like that. But it's really difficult, because in some places the crowds try to touch him and rip him apart and stuff like that. So we've lost a couple of stuff through that. We've got, but our kind of rehearsal rooms, just there's more stuff prop wise than there is music equipment, because it's just all massive pieces of framework and whatever. That's probably built for bigger. Well, it was built for bigger stages, but you can't tuck them away either, really, because it's a bit of nostalgia, isn't it? But stuff, and loads of stuff you'll never ever use again.
That's true. Yeah, well, that's absolutely awesome, though. I think that's some of the coolest stuff, especially when a band makes their own props. I think it just makes everything so much more interesting.
I think so. I think it just adds a little bit of individuality to it, and it doesn't have to. I think it doesn't have to be big or clever either. It just needs to fit the scene and fit how you guys want to look, because ultimately all the bands look the same, or could look the same if everyone's just using the same shop. So you just try to add something that's a little bit quirky, and it becomes almost like a Hammer horror, kind of like that B-movie type aesthetic that I think you can't buy from a shop. And I think and honestly, people really hook into it if you build yourself a little universe which you're authentic and you're honest about it, and I think the most important thing is you make it to the point where you're able to involve the people that come and see you, and make it if you make it, I can't think of the word now, inclusive. I think people make it in their world as well, and they really and people love stuff like that. So and you got people for life. You haven't got just people nipping in and out. You got people that really want to support you, and I think that's the unreal bit about it. Really, it's just people that take and treat you like a proper band, which is. It still confuses me seeing people in our t-shirts and shit like that. It's crazy.
That's cool. I agree with you entirely when it comes to like having a nice concept. Also, I think it makes the writing process quite interesting as well, because obviously you're sort of a lot of the time you sort of have to suspend your own disbelief when you're writing something. You have to go into another world almost to understand what you're writing about and what kind of feelings you want to evoke from it and things like that too.
Yeah, well, I think it's easier. Because you've almost got a clean slate, and it's subjective or objective, which one it is. So it's like if you especially with the second album that we did, it was about going back to the psychopath's childhood and finding out why was it nature or nurture, and it was about him drunken mum abusing her and all horrible stuff like that, but you're really able to tap into like the emotions behind it, and it's easier to do. I think we think it'd be hard, or we had loads of conversations about it, talking about real life and having to talk about love and politics and social stuff. Because I couldn't imagine anything being worse than sort of writing loads of depressing songs about being dumped, or being cheated on or whatever, and it becoming famous, and you heal from it and you move on, but you still got to go back into that mindset of being cheated on 15 years ago.
That's a good point.
You're just always getting yourself back to a bitter point in your life, and I think you're able to detach yourself, and you're able to become a different character as well. I think it's easier to write with a clean slate.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you a lot there. I think it's also just more interesting to be able to, I guess, I don't know if investigate's the right word, but explore for sure those kind of concepts. And it's so far away from your own reality that you get to think in that way and figure out where to come from, don't you? Yeah. We're quite similar.
At the end of the day, you can go anywhere you want it to. It could become completely absurd, or you could try to keep it as realistic as possible. And there's and you don't don't get me wrong, you tap into a couple of things that are human to you. So like us, when we're going back to the second album, which was back to the childhood, we did have our kids, we had a baby at that moment in time as well. So we were able to tap into proper emotions about how it feel and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'd find it difficult writing as me. It's right. I don't give a shit. I don't think about a lot, if you know what I mean. I'm not that passionate about enough to. I'm like, fair dues, sort of thing, and move on rather than having to really think hard about what to be angry about.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, I think it sounds like we got some quite similar themes going on, because we write our own sort of universe as well. The regional one is a place, and it's not, it's like a dystopian future kind of thing.
Oh, cool.
The asylum being part of it. It's very sort of like 1984, Big Brother, that kind of thing, with those sort of pseudo horror elements as well.
Lots of tapping at the moment with that as well.
Oh yeah, fucking source material is pretty good. Yeah. Now's the time for the album, I think. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. We're working on some of that. I tell you, it's cool. One of the things we made
with that, and sorry to interrupt you, but you not only create yourself like a clean landscape in regards to what you can write about, but you can pull people into that universe, and they become characters within that, and that's when you hit the goal point.
That's exactly it.
Which we've been lucky with like the inmates and all that kind of stuff, was that they then create characters within that universe as well. then you can it expands that, and broadens out and
naturally expands as well, doesn't it? It's like
it becomes
like a
organic.
collective effort almost.
Yeah, definitely.
That's cool. Yeah, we've sort of got like we don't necessarily do it too hard, but we sort of call our fans like citizens in some of the like audio bits we do in between songs and stuff like that. So it's nice to have that as like a core concept.
Yeah, it don't you don't have to force it, and I think it just over a while it'll build and build and build, and then you think, and then what it'll do is it'll lend itself into what merch you can sell.
Yeah,
and it'll lend itself into the songs and the music and involving them in music videos like what we've done. It kind of it kind of, by having it as a genesis point, sort of how to package yourselves, so to speak. It becomes quite easy because it becomes almost
fall into it, don't you?
It's harder to think how it couldn't work than how it could work. So it almost organically creates merch ideas and ways to involve people more, and I think it'd be harder to do stuff that isn't associated with anything, I think.
Absolutely, yeah, I'd agree with that. And like something we've done recently, like the band, we do a bit of like D&D and stuff like that. And I've started thinking of the Regional One sort of universe a bit as a D&D campaign in some ways, in like a bit of a world.
We're thinking about that. We've got two of our members. It'd be good on Sunday. Two of our members, Chris, who is Rico, and our new drummer, they both have D&D sites.
Nice.
And I don't know much about it, but they're massive into it, and
they both crack. It's good fun.
And they have their own is it clubs or whatever, but they have their own YouTube channels and shit like that, and are well into it. So I think you guys are going to be geeking out on Sunday.
Callum, make note of that in case they ever want to do like a public collab, because we've got loads.
Yeah. Well,
that'd be quite fun.
That's something that we've been trying to do, saying to them, it's create a Award 16 one, because I think there's only so much you can, sometimes when you're trying to reach out on social media about your music, it's like you're screaming into a hurricane. You just, or talking to it just gets lost in the noise of it. So it's trying to find a different way to meet people. And when we're trying to promote stuff, we take stuff to tattoo places and comic book shops and all that kind of stuff, and just trying to think laterally how to grab, because there's so much repetition and so much noise on social media, but everybody competing or competing against with the same space. It's trying to find a different way to reach out and find new people.
Yeah, absolutely, and kind of like new ways to find your people as well, isn't it? Like, I mean, if it's a common interest between you and your fans, then it's something you can relate to straight away, and you're likely going to like the music as well. I think that's really cool. That'd be good fun, wouldn't it? Yeah, damn right. That's really cool. So I've started working on a few props, so I'll try and remember to bring one or two of the only little ones that we've got. I got like a little CCTV camera. I just cut a tennis ball in half, and I hand painted it with an eyeball, and then glossed it and everything. So that was quite happy with that one. Unfortunately, it's chipped a little bit, the paint now, and I'm like, but it happens that way, doesn't it? But little things like that.
But you can get is it the drum skins, the bass drum skin, where you can get a video with an eye looking in that shit like that. So it's almost
that'd be cool, yeah. That's mad, yeah. Oh, my dream is because we've booked a Halloween show for this year. We've done a few sort of successful sort of sold out Halloween shows over the last few years. I really want to do like a proper. I want to make the room feel like an event now. We sort of toyed with it last time, but I couldn't really build the set in time, so to speak. So I'd really like to do like a big asylum gate that we've got as part of our set anyway. As a poster kind of thing, but I want to do it as like the front of the stage and have that over the top of it and stuff, and then put try and decorate the room a bit like it's sort of like the front of the asylum almost, and then on stage is the asylum, stuff like that. I think it's like fucking so much fun.
Is any of you guys a drummer? No,
I play drums. Yeah.
Who's the drummer?
Oh, I'm not drumming with this band, but I do play drums.
On Sunday, we're going to have we've got a cage that's going to be on stage for the whole show, like from the start of it. So you guys are going to be having to work around that.
That's cool, man. Yeah, that'll be fun.
It's just because we can't move it. We've just it's going to have to stay on stage. So it's
honestly, yeah, size storage at Anvil. I don't know if you played there before. It's not the biggest storage area. You're in for a pretty interesting stage setup.
you end up you learn from place to place. But what you said, what you're saying is it sounds ace. To be honest, it sounds well fun.
Oh, fingers crossed. Yeah. Have you guys ever done sort of like theme shows like that? Do you ever do like a Halloween show, stuff like that?
Yeah, we've done loads of. We tend to get a lot of Halloween stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But we tend to, because our show is built like that anyway. At the beginning, I think when we weren't as evolved in terms of the narrative of the show, we did more Halloweeny stuff. But what we do now is quite Halloweeny anyway.
Yeah, so you can take it out.
It would be almost better Halloweeny to just us turn out and put our cowboy hats on.
Yeah,
bullet belts and start singing Southern rock. That would be like a proper Ward 16 Halloween show.
That's fantastic. Yeah. So we've actually completely derailed early on here, but Callum normally has a bunch of pre-prepped questions. We've probably covered a bunch of them already. Yeah. I'm going to send it to you, Callum, while I'm going to make some edits to the YouTube and everything. So go for it, sir.
The YouTube edit. What was on with the YouTube? I did want to go into, do you guys have any like pre-show rituals other than setting up the whole stage, which I'm sure takes up most of the time? But
I think getting costumes on is something. I think we try to get our costumes on as early as possible because we're not extrovert. We're socially inept and awkward people, and I think we're not interesting very much either. So as soon as we get the costumes on, it opens something up a little bit.
Yeah.
Our bass player tends to try to get in the pit of the bands before us. That's what when we're trying to find everybody, he'll tend to be banging away to the bands. A lot of it is just low. Because we've got so many props and so many interdependencies. A lot of it is making sure everything is there and in a place where we can find them, because there's so much happening. Our singer tends to get lost on the way to the gig. That's her ritual. And I don't know how it's happened, but we tend to do a for Frodo moment just before we go on stage.
Fuck yeah!
Like when Aragorn comes into like Frodo. Yeah, because sometimes it feels like that. It's like, what we doing? And then we've had 15 minutes. I think it was just before we played Sophie stage at Bloodstock, and it was just after lockdown, and we hadn't played any of the songs ever before, and we'd had 15 minutes to set up as well as put makeup on. It was like a fucking hell. Here we go for Frodo. Just walk on.
That's cracking. That's good. A banger.
My guitar.
Do you guys don't have anything?
I do a little bit of makeup, so that kind of often lends itself to a bit of sort of just a minute to collect thoughts, and other than that,
become someone else. Have you got to that stage where you don't know which one is you anymore?
Oh yeah, a little while ago. Because I tend to be on stage. I've always thought of it as I want to be on stage the target for myself anyway. So it's like I try and be the person on stage with that level of sort of confidence, demeanor, that sort of thing. That that's what I'd want to see, and that's what I'd want to aspire to be. So I just try and be that a little bit. It's very much along those lines. But yeah, definitely the makeup ritual was nice because it's sort of. I mean, I don't necessarily always do the full makeup, but even just like a lick of eyeliner, and you just sort of feel like you're in that place.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Callum? The intro track kind of is my ritual now.
No, for me it's go to the toilet.
Oh yeah, sometimes.
I don't know if that's just like anxiety thing or whatever, but it's the second we're like, all right, let's get ready. We've got about 2 minutes. I'm like, I need to go to the toilet now. Like,
It's a phenomenon, that.
I don't know why it always happens. So I'll be absolutely fine.
Time for a poo.
Yeah. But if I don't get to go to the toilet, normally it's fine. The feeling goes away almost immediately. So I'm guessing it must just literally be like a anxiety kind of thing, maybe.
Yeah, the pre-gig shits are a thing. That is a thing.
Maybe it's
when you're not eating well on the road. Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, all the intro thing. Yeah, I think when we have the intro track playing, we're all got.
We kind of have a little laugh on the intro track now. It's funny.
We've all got our hands up in the air.
Mm-hmm. It syncs the band.
Yeah,
it's like we're going on the roller coaster now.
Yeah.
When Stevie's guitar may or may not come in, whether he's got his amp on standby or not. That's the classic. I don't think he's done that since that one time where it was
like a one-off.
Tragic.
Yeah,
it was absolutely tragic.
We have this like big build up, the like heartbeats doing the boom, 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 and let it begin, and then his guitar just didn't come in. It's so embarrassing. Kind of made the rest of the show so easy though.
That's one you can't play off either at all.
So one of my favorite tutors at uni, but one of the things he said was like, it's not about not making mistakes on stage. It's about how well you cover them up. And I was like, we fucked it on that one, I'm afraid.
We've had tons of stuff like that. Because we're quite dependent now on tech and backing tracks and pick tracks and stuff.
Yeah.
So so every night could be I think it's easy to over analyze your set. We played one festival, one of the biggest fuck ups we ever did. We played the festival amplified, and it was one of the first times we played it. And I think that it was the year where the temperature was like 110 degrees. It was absolutely roasting, and it affected all of our backing tracks. And it was the drummer at the time, I think it was his first or second gig with us. And the backing track that he picked the wrong file for the backing tracks.
Ooh.
So he didn't play the backing tracks. He actually played the album, like the actual MP3s. So we were actually playing along to our album. I'm like,
oh no!
Well, he sounds like he's actually playing a guitar solo correctly for once. It's like, wait for it. So we could have just switched off, mimed it. Yeah.
So hold on a moment. That's too correct.
Yeah.
You definitely have to.
That's not jazz enough for me. That.
Hey, wait, that's in key. What the fuck?
Perfect.
Nice. Good show, bro. Yeah. We have a few of them, don't we? It's the fucking Rise solo often.
Yeah.
Wild, man.
You do just have those like cursed gigs, though, don't you? Where it's never just one thing. It's always like this, and now this, and now it's and now it's this.
It's when you snap the bass string. That was the cursed gig. How do you even do that? You could tow a fucking jet on that thing.
It was my low E string. It was just crazy.
Yeah. It's as thick as your thumb and it still snapped. I don't know.
They tend to be the gigs that people enjoy the most, though, for some reason. Because I think as soon as that's happened, you kind of you lose the sense of a bit of intensity about it, maybe, and you just don't give a fuck after that because nothing else can go wrong. So you just loosen up a bit and you just go, well,
you take risks on those shows.
Compensate doing something else.
Yeah, that's very, very true. So I feel like we've had a few of those where it's like, oh, fuck it, I'm going to go for the high note today. May as well. And then you pull it off, you're like, this is pretty good. Quite like that. I'll do it again.
and then that becomes your pre-show ritual to sabotage the low E string just because that happened last time. And you
Yeah.
this.
That's why I didn't go to the toilet then. I don't think. Must have been.
Yeah, we got to summon the muse by snapping the bass strings in.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the best way. Nice. It's true though.
What else happened at that gig? Did Stevie snap a string as well? He snapped one
Yeah,
the day
Stevie
before.
snap.
It was that whole tour, wasn't it? Basically.
Yeah. Yeah, that was scuffed.
Something happened at every gig with. Except the
that's
last one went perfect. Literally, the last show was perfect.
Absolutely perfect.
Finally.
Never gonna peak that well again. Oh my god, that is true.
Even after the gear's been through all the hell and back.
Yeah.
Thousands of miles it's travelled, and the last show is just perfect.
Awesome.
Yeah. Amazing.
You're
Nice.
only as good as your last gig.
Yep,
So,
that's true.
That's
The one they remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. Yeah, it's interesting you talk about sort of the reliance on technology, because we're finding that I've got some ideas and things in development, which I might get in touch with you again, separate probably outside this conversation. But some of the things I'm working on with some developers that I'd like to get patented that might be useful longer term, because I'm assuming you're tying things like your audio to your lights and things like that now. And
yeah, we did DMX and stuff. We even tried to have an interactive video screens on either side of the for our album launch.
Yeah.
But that was like that the glass seat. We had two video screens either side with two projectors, two laptops running the show.
Yeah.
But then we hit that kind of glass ceiling where you go, actually, now we can't do it as a self-contained band anymore. We need a separate tech to be doing that, and that's the next step, and then it becomes the next expense, if you know what I mean. And
so, interestingly, that's the problem I'm trying to solve with this design work at the moment. So it'll be about removing laptops for one. I don't trust laptops, and not needing a tech. And giving the control to the band. So I'll have a chat with you about it on Sunday if we get some spare time.
Talk to our singer. She's the genius of the band. I'm like I do all the dog work, but she's like the one that does the artwork and designs and bits. So she's a graphic designer by trade. But she builds all the props, and she, but she programs everything, and so have a talk to her on Sunday.
I will do.
She is what she'd had to program the drums, do the DMX lights. She's done it all, so she could probably, she probably empathise with you in regards to a lot of that.
Sure. Well, I need some SMEs for reference on that one as well, so it'd be really useful to get some sort of subject matter expertise on that, and I want to do some weird. I've thought about this for a while. I don't mind talking about this one more publicly, because I think it's an interesting idea, because we're all using pyrotechnics and sparklers and things on bigger stages, but not many people are using water. And I've got a few design ideas for some water-based things, because I went to Harry Potter World, and I went to this weird Bristol exhibition thing called Wake the Tiger, and they had these cool, obviously cold smoke that looks like flames. And I was like, I bet you could scale the fuck out of that and do some insane shit just with combine dry ice, actual water, use a few pumps, tie pumps to DMX, and then you can do stuff like, have you ever seen Now You See Me Too, where he makes the water freeze midair and shit? Yeah. I want to do stuff like that. I reckon that'd be sick.
We had planned for our last album launch a splash zone.
Okay.
So the front. Okay. The front three rows were all provided, those like anoraks and Alton Towers. So, and one of the props that you'll see at the weekend, we designed it to spray blood when it's interacted. So we've thought about that, but it's getting around a lot of
compliance, isn't it? I think it's a lot of it.
It's the health and safety. It's from the old. As soon as you start mentioning shit like that to the venues, all of a sudden it's a grade 1 building with carpets that have been there.
Yep.
Like sort of Victorian.
You get there and it's like a sticky shithole, and they're like,
Because we for a long time we used chainsaws on stage as well. So we removed the teeth, but it's a petrol one, and that in the past that set off smoke alarms and stuff. And when we played the Roundhouse with Cradle of Filth, they wanted all of our props fire testing and pat testing.
Yeah, pat tested, yeah.
So
nice.
We just lied. Said, yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
We've got. I work in the place where they can get stickers for pat tests, so I just stole some and stuck them on everything. And stuck them on the forehead and everything. Everything was good.
Should put it on the bloody uniforms.
But as many, I think that's the hard bit to navigate, really, especially when you start becoming a little bit more. It becomes an integral part of your show.
Yeah.
It's having something that can't be removed, or if it is removed because of health and safety, it doesn't take quite a big component of your show that you're dependent on as like a separate.
Yeah.
But
it's got to draft up all sorts of paperwork and forward contracts to hand out.
But it is about finding new ways of doing stuff that people have never seen before, and doing it and experimenting. And
it's the innovation that's exciting in that element as well, isn't it? Because you're like, this hasn't actually. I mean, even if it has been done somewhere independently, it's an original thought, it's an original idea, and it's personal. It's nice.
Yeah. Awesome. Everything's been done some way or another. It's about then utilising it in a way that's probably unique to the context of how it's being used, rather than the fact that you are using it.
That's awesome, mate. Awesome. Callum, I'll send it back your way, sir.
Send it back my way. No, I was going to say about the water thing. When I saw Mushroom Head, they have like secondary drummers kind of thing, and they have like two drum things on the side with lights around the rim, and then water just spraying on. So when they hit, all the water like sprays off and it gets lit up. It might be something we could do very easily with water. Just get absolutely soaked as well.
What's the name of that band, Callum? You told me about they're proper fucking mental. The ones who dress up as demons and shit. It's like the messiest display. Oh, we saw. Wow, that's it. We'd seen fucking. We knew who'd been to see them at Bloodstock.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Red shoes.
Everyone's covered in purple and red and yeah.
They're like they come off of like a Nickelodeon show in 1990 or something. It's like crazy. Yeah. Fucking gold. Nice. Oh man.
Yeah,
well, I'm very much looking. How far is this tour taking you? So you say you're from Preston, are you?
Yeah. So we started it last year, but because we're like most bands now, we work full time and got kids and all that. So we did 14 consecutive shows last year at the end of last year. So this time it really is trying to mop up. We kind of did Scotland, the north of England, and probably down to we went as far as Norwich and London and Bridgewater, and so this time really we're trying to focus on the south because we're from the north, so when we say south it's usually Birmingham. So it is south. It's just, it's massively south.
See, to us, everything's the north. We're on the south coast. So, we're like, go north to London.
So these 7 shows really are. It's like Bournemouth, Plymouth, Cardiff, Bristol. So we're trying to get to get there. So because you haven't really played a lot of those places before. We haven't. I don't think we played Bournemouth before. We haven't played.
Good, man. Yeah, it's a good little scene down here. Yeah, Sunday's pretty wild. Hopefully we'll get a good number still. But Bournemouth as a scene is growing quite significantly at the moment. We've had a few bands out here that are doing quite well.
We're good. We've obviously got. We've known Gordon for a while, and South Salem and all that kind of stuff. We go quite a way back. Where they supported us on our second album.
Nice.
And they've gone huge now. So it's I think that down that way has always got a decent bit of pedigree in regards to the music. As far as we see, looking down there, it'd be like there in Brighton, and it seems to have a a scene that seems to like music, like metal.
Yeah, it's a good alternative scene down here.
I think it's a coast thing as well. You know, I'm from Liverpool, and Liverpool loves music, and I think when you do find places near the sea, I think they like music as well, because you had it's all like shanty based, and it's generally is based around like a transient people, and you're thinking about in like ways of meeting new people and stuff, and it's always either comedy or music, isn't it? So it's never usually a lot of bit of politics and posh people. It's you know, we tend to be the poorer areas that have to embrace something out of poverty.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know about you. Like, some of our favorite shows, weirdly, have been these sort of smaller, like sort of coastal town shows. Like we play regularly in North Devon, a place called Ilfracombe, which is like a lot of them are sort of ex-paras and that. There just seems to be a high concentration of them there, and it's like we play in this little pub. We set up the full back. You know, we do a full backdrop in there. It's like don't know what it is, like fucking 3 by 2 meter backdrop.
Yeah.
In this tiny pub, we put all the props out on that little bits. We don't have much yet. We're cooking. And we have the stage risers in there because there's no stage. So we use the stage risers like a stage border. So we know, you know, crowd here, us here. And we can go up there and everyone can see then as well. Because you find like, I've always had that conversation about ego risers. I was like, yeah, but everyone in the crowd can see if you use one. I think it's, I thought it was always a good thing. Yeah. And it adds a dimension to the stage. But yeah, we set up in there. There's about sort of 30 to 40 people in the room, and just it's fucking mental. Every time we play there, it's mad. We just do anything there. It's so good.
It's just some places that have really good vibes, and the it's quality over quantity. I think a lot can be said for it, really, and you sometimes lose that intimacy with the bigger places.
Yeah, like, don't get me wrong. Love a big stage. I do. I fucking love a big stage. I wish you could get like a big stage experience in a small venue. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't need all these barriers and security and shit. I just want to just need room to run around. That's all.
Yeah.
And shapes to climb on are good. I like them.
Yeah. Just things not to trip over. We got so used to the smaller stages at the beginning that when we first got our kind of first big stage experience, we didn't know what to do, and we actually tripped over and banged into each other more than what we did when we were playing tiny stages where you couldn't move. It was so weird.
It's interesting. What was your first big stage, do you reckon?
We played Leeds Academy. We did this big rip-off. There's a big rip-off Battle of the Bands thing where you kind of got lured into it, and then it was like a talent contest thing, and it was. Then you ended up having to pay to get to the next stage, and you had to beg people to vote for it.
Oh yeah.
But the more you got into it, the more invested you were not to drop out of it. If you know what I mean, like what we've got so far now, we can't risk it. But it was such a fucking con. But then, like, this was when we were right at the very beginning. Like, but Leeds Academy, it was huge. You know, O2 Academy, massive stage, and it was one of the first instances where you realise that the stage would bounce. And the smaller ones don't.
It's like a wrestling ring, isn't it?
So you're watching your pedal board bounce around the stage and stuff. So that was probably that, and then. We played HRH a few times and Hammerfest and Bloodstock, and I think by then it's then going, okay, this is we know how we want to scale up now, and gave us the ambition to do it. This is where we want to be and deserve to be. So we started to build our show according to it being on that stage and optimizing it that way.
Yeah. And like say, sort of having modular bits allows you to sort of scale it up and down, which is very cool. Yeah. Only recently I wrote out some.
To find a way to bring the show to the people, no matter where you go to.
Yeah. Whether it's a pub, whether it's a fucking 10,000 cat venue.
Yeah,
It's like...
they spend the time and their energy and the money to come and see you, so you shouldn't compromise on what you get at the end of it. Or you try not to. Anyway.
Yeah. Do your best, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, that's a great message, I think, to leave us out. And I think I've got one last question for you. If you were to give advice to any young or upcoming musicians who are trying to give it a go, trying to get out there in the world, really trying to, make this a thing, make it a full-time job, let's say, what would your top piece of advice be?
Do it for the passion, because there's no money in it, and just be authentic. I think authenticity is key, because if you're blagging it and if you're lying, you'll be caught out, and people will see right through it, and he won't believe you. No matter how crazy your songs are and how silly your show is, it's real to them. So I think it's just about and you got to enjoy it.
Absolutely.
And that's the hardest bit, is trying to find the balance of enjoying it. Because when you get to a certain point, and I certainly know from my experience of that, because I do the majority, although Kerry does like the artwork and all that, I do a lot of the interviews, and I do all of the tour book, the majority of the tour book and the logistics and the press and the merch, and it becomes a job, and you very quickly become disillusioned, and when it's trying to find a way to escape the music as well as loving it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Because at the moment, when you become so invested in it, the last thing you want to do in your free time is actually listen to music.
Yeah. I'm more of a
I watch a lot of film podcasts and stuff like that, just to escape it. But authenticity, and just love it, because I think you look back into it, and we're just in, no matter what scale you're just in such a privileged position to take music from your head and play it to a group of strangers or whatever that actually starts liking you because of it.
Yeah, and if you're lucky, they start liking it. It's nice.
Yeah, there's nothing better. There's absolutely nothing better than watching people sing your music back to you. Absolutely, the best experience you could ever have, to be honest. So, yeah.
I agree with that. Well, thank you very much for coming on. We're very much looking forward to this Sunday. Ladies and gentlemen, this Sunday at Anvil in Bournemouth, please make sure you get your tickets. The link will be over on our link tree. You can check out Ward 16. Check them out on their website. There'll be ticket link there, I imagine, all over Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, you name it. But make sure you come on down to Anvil this Sunday, the 29th of March. Don't forget the clocks go forward. Don't know why that's become a thing. It is now.
We'll be getting there like 3:00. I think on Sunday. So if you can get there early, you can see all the stupid stuff and talk and all that kind of, and go through everything.
I'm pretty sure at least I can get down early. So, Callum, are you working?
I finish at 2.
Perfect. We'll head straight down, shall we? I'll come grab you at about 2:30.
Yeah, come see us. That's fine. We'll go through everything.
Yeah, we'll lend a hand as well. Like.
Yeah.
It's a fucker of a staircase you've got to deal with.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we'll give you a hand with that. I'll bring my gloves.
You've got an awful staircase. There
isn't a decent venue that hasn't got a fucker of a staircase.
Yeah, it's fucking true. Yeah, everything's underground. It's great.
Yeah.
Feels real. Well, thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure. We will see you on Sunday. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching. If you're watching now, cheers for tuning in, hanging out with us. If you're watching in the future, thank you from the past. And we will see you on Sunday at the Anvil in Bournemouth.
Yeah.
All right. We'll catch you later. Bye.
Yeah.
I think it's done.